Now, last year's extravaganza, we had one of the shows at the Lowry come on stage and perform for us at the extravaganza, and that production is now back at the Lowry. Six, the musical. It's from Tudor queens to pop princesses. It sees the six wives of Henry VIII, and they take to the mic and they tell their own personal tales. So you've got like 500 years of historical heartbreak. You've got an 80-minute celebration of 21st century girl power. As I say, we've got Jodie Steele from the cast with me now. They're at the Lowry till Sunday the 5th of January. But first of all, have a quick listen to this.
Divorced, beheaded, died.
Divorced,
Beheaded, survived. And today, BBC Radio Manchester, we are... Listen up, let me tell you a story. Story that you think you've heard before. You know our names and our fame and our faces.
know all about the glories and the disgraces.
I'm done, cause all this time I've been just one words in a stupid rhyme. So I picked up a pen and a microphone. History's about to get overthrown. Divorced, beheaded, died.
Divorced,
Beheaded, survived.
But just for you tonight, we're divorced, beheaded, live. Welcome to the show, to the history mix. Switching up the flow as we add the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives. Raising up the roof till we hit the ceiling. Get ready for the truth that will be revealing. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives, but now we're ex-wives.
hey,
Come on, hey. All you ever hear and read about is our ex and the way it ended. A pair dozen beats, a royal flush.
you're gonna find out how we got unfriended.
Tonight we're gonna do ourselves justice, cause we're taking you to court. Every Tudor rose has its thorns, and you're gonna hear them live in concert. Divorced, beheaded, died.
Divorced,
Beheaded, survived.
But just for you tonight, we're divorced, beheaded, live. Welcome to the show, to the history mix. Switching up the flow as we add the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives. Dancing through the night till the break of day. Once we're done, we'll start again like it's the Renaissance. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives, but now we're ex-wives.
Remember us from your GCSEs? My
Divorced,
name's Catherine of Aragon, was married 24 years. I'm a paragon of royalty. My loyalty is to the Vatican. So if you try to dump me, you won't try that again.
beheaded,
I'm that Berlin girl and I'm up next. See, I broke England from the church. Yeah, I'm that sexy. Why did I lose my head? or my sleeves may be green, but my lipsticks are red.
Died.
James Seymour, the only one he truly loved.
Rude.
When my son was newly born, I died, but I'm not what I seem, or am I? Stick around and you'll suddenly see more.
Divorced.
Ich bin Anna of Cleves.
Yeah.
When he saw my portrait, he was like,
Yeah.
But I didn't look as good as I did in my pic. Funny how we all discuss that, but never Henry's little.
Prick up your ears on the Catherine who lost her head.
Beheaded.
For my promiscuity outside of words. Lock up your husbands, lock up your sons. Kate Howard is here and the fun's begun.
Survive.
5 down, I'm the final wife. I saw him to the end of his life. I'm the survivor, Catherine Parr. I bet you wanna know how I got this far. I said I bet you wanna know how we got this far.
Do you wanna know how we got this far then? Welcome to the show, to the history mix. Switching up the flow as we add the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be 6 wives. Turn the beat up, get this party buzzing. You want a queasy? Well, there's half a dozen. Everybody knows that we used to be 6 wives. But now we're ex-wives. One, two, three, four, 5, 6.
That was last year's extravaganza, Six the musical,
Let's hear it for 6. How about that?
and that's me last year. And with me, Jodie Steele.
Hello.
So last year,
Yeah.
I was surprised, I think, by the juxtaposition. Right, you've got basically girl power. I mean, and we always think of the Spice Girls as being the very first of that, and that style, and it's still with us now. There are still girl bands, you know, and medieval history.
Yeah.
And I wondered whether it would work. Well, that reaction, that was one of the best reactions of any of our acts. But explain how you see it and why that sort of, that storyline, but mixed with modern times came together, do you think?
Yeah, so think musical theatre, history, and a girl group concert, and merged the three together with incredible outfits, incredible stories to tell, and incredible sassy attitude, and that is 6. And people leave absolutely buzzing, and they come back for more, and they learn the songs and come and sing along, and people come dressed in our outfits, and it's just created a whole new meaning of women in history.
Aren't you one of the most streamed musicals around at the moment? I think, is it Les Mis is the one on the beach?
Yeah, well, no, Hamilton.
Hamilton.
But yeah, so
Very little pressure there.
yeah, 6 is the second highest streamcast recording in the world, and it's happened in 2 years. It started in 2017, so it has been such a fast journey. It's spread across the world.
How difficult was it for you to go and audition for that, knowing that I mean, the bar's really high.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
You heard that singing. Those performers came on my extravaganza with no prep. It was very early in the morning. There's your microphone, sing, get on with it, and
Yeah.
did.
Do you know what? I think because the women who are cast in this show are absolute boss queens, we can kind of handle whatever's thrown at us. And the audition process was tough, and it was nerve-wracking because we had to perform in front of each other. But the idea...
Did you really?
Yeah, but the idea that they've created with this musical is, you know, we're stuck in this world of social media where people completely are obsessed with comparing one another. And this musical is about supporting one another, not comparing, and lifting each other up. And so they did that from the very get-go with the auditions. They wanted us to have that atmosphere of supporting one another rather than comparing ourselves, and they did. They created that in the audition process, and so we were ready for that on day one rehearsal.
How do you juxtapose that support and girl power and one for all and all for one on the fact that Henry had 6 wives, and none of them, as far as I'm aware, did much supporting in real life. They each took the place of the other.
Yeah. So, well, this is the thing, right? Because this is what we all know. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. And we all think of these 6 wives as pretty wet, pathetic women, right? That's kind of what you learn in history, because it all comes from Henry VIII's point of view. But this musical turns that on its head, and we hear the stories from the women themselves, and we kind of put Henry in the position of, you know, being the one who wasn't a great character, because he wasn't. And I myself didn't know that much about the Queens until I got this job, and I did loads of research, and actually what they went through is pretty hideous, and back then they didn't really have a choice, and I think now, because we do have a choice as women now, we are able to take these stories back in history and turn them on their heads and retell them from how they should have been told back then.
Jodie Steele's in the studio with me from 6, the musical. Back with her after this.